Hello, everyone, and welcome back to part 12 of Pitzling, our vanilla build guide for Cities Skylines on console. Thank you so much for joining again for our 12th episode for this build guide as we watch this new neighborhood that we built last episode finally taking shape and getting busy. Um, if you like what you're seeing again, it really helps me keep going if you subscribe and like the video and share as well. And please let me know down in the comments as well if you have any tips or suggestions on stuff that I should be doing or renaming. I do appreciate all the feedback I'm getting down below in the comments. Without further ado, let's discuss what we're gonna be doing right now for this episode. As you remember, we finally added this, but I still need more residents before I can unlock my university campus that I'm trying to do. So we're gonna be working on this area right here today for our campus and more housing. I'm gonna use this hill as my main campus area. I would like to keep, I'm gonna change it a little bit for sure, but I like how it's overlooking the rest of the valley and the ocean on that side as well. So I'm gonna be using it. Without further ado, let's start. So as usual, before starting any build, I'm gonna go ahead and just remove the trees. I'm just gonna remove first the corners that I'm sure I won't be needing them. Okay, trees are all gone. For the hill, I would like to take a height. I'm not gonna use the full height of this hill because it's quite high. I would like to use something a little bit not too low, but not as high as the original. Sorry, let's go back. I'm gonna choose maybe right here. And let's just flatten this area in the center first. Let's just go smaller so we don't do more that what we don't need. I'll do the back later on. Let's just finish right here, and I'm gonna concentrate on the edges. I would like to have a straight edge right here, and I'll explain why later on. Same thing over here, almost straight, and this goes back into this here. So to do what I'm looking for, I need to push the hill a little bit more. So I'm just gonna use the smaller one to create almost a straight edge right here. So make sure as possible. And let's push this one a little bit as well. I think that's good there. Let's check. Yes. And I'm gonna push here a little bit as well to try and get as much of a stretch edge as possible. And I would like this. Okay. Now to achieve what I'm looking to do, I need to do a little bit of terraforming and a little bit of cheating as well. I would like a big key to go around this area so it's nice and clean looking over the strait and the ocean right here and the river. And this will be our main campus area. To be able to do that, I'm gonna take a maybe this height right here. Let's go with that. And I'm just gonna create the lower area of the campus, or at least where the key will be and make sure it's still straight against what we created at the top. I might pause for now and just show you what I'm trying to do first, and then I'll finalize it later on. And just we need a very sharp edge as much as you can so we can get the key once we have the water level figured out. So let's just give it a little bit more space to work with. Okay, perfect. Now we have this. What we're gonna do, we're gonna take our elevation, not too much, just enough. I'm just gonna make it small, just enough to have a lip right here, because I'm gonna introduce water in this valley right here. So I need a lip right here to hold the water until there's enough water. So this is a little bit too much work for something that should be really easy to do if you have Anarchy on PC, but as you know, as console players, we don't have the luxury of mods, so everything we do has to be done using tips and tricks if you really want to make something beautiful and nice to look at on console. So yeah, that's what we have to deal with. So we're using all the tools that we have available to us. So I'm just gonna keep increasing this one, and I make sure that it's just high enough to hold the water so it does not overflow, because I need enough water right here for the key. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna introduce some fresh water outlets in this menu, and I'm just gonna put them in some, look at one here. I'm gonna put one here and one right here. I think with three, it will create enough water quite fast. Then the only thing I need is to connect them. And once they're connected, I'm gonna come back and we'll see how it's gonna work. Now I connected all those outlets. Make sure this is actually connected. Yes. I can go ahead and press play and let the water fills up. So let's go a little bit faster, and we can see that these will start producing what fresh water right there. If you don't have this one, you can use the regular west pipe, but this will make sure that you're not using it next to resident or water we're using it for actual supplying water to your residents, because it will pollute. But for if you have the freshwater outlet, it's the better one to use. I might need to increase the height here a little bit, just so I make sure that I hold enough water for what I'm trying to do. And once there's enough water coming through this area, I can pause it. Now we can just go slower, and let's check if I'm gonna be using this key with the stairs, and I think it's already snapping. Let's check. Perfect. I'm gonna remove the guidelines, and I think the angles as well. I want to make sure that the height is the same as my hill, so I don't get any deformities. Perfect. Yeah, that's exactly what I was looking for. Then let's go to the freeform. Freeform. I'm gonna make sure my angle is at 5 just to get the 180 here. And turn, let's make sure that my Actually, I'm gonna do a little bit. Okay, we're still having the same height. And to finalize it, I'm just gonna use this one instead. So just a straight until we go into the hill. Perfect. And let's do the same thing here. Freeform was 135. Maybe 150. Just making sure that the height is right. And then taking this one and going straight into the rest of the hill. So I can pause, and yeah, that's what I was looking for. It looks nice. Perfect. Now what I can do, I'm gonna remove these. We don't need them anymore. I'm gonna go to my landscaping tools. Just making sure that I remove these from here as much as I can, and I'll deal with the rest later on. As long as the water can dissipate out of this area, it did its job. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna wait for the water to dissipate, and we'll get back together and finalize and discuss what will be built in here. So I'll see you guys in a bit. So now all our water dissipated, and we have our key built right here. So let's discuss quickly the plan for this area. So right here at the top, I'm going to be having my main campus area, or what I'm going to be calling the upper campus, with the main buildings, all the big educational buildings, and some parks around the area as well. And here in the lower campus area, I'll be having some of the student residences, some housing, sorority housing as well, and the varsity and sports fields right here as well. At the back here, I'm going to be having some lower residential neighborhood. I need it because I need to hit the 15,000 residents before I can unlock the campus area first, and as well to provide more housing for this corner of our build. Let's think about it is where actually those professors or people working at the university will be living close to the campus. As you can see, our tram line comes in here, so I'm going to extend it right to here, where I'm going to be having my main exchange plaza servicing the campus. I'm still thinking if I should take the tram below right here to go down and meet the train station that I'm going to be having here. I'm thinking I'm going to be having my main shopping and entertainment area for the campus right here around the train station, which the train will eventually connect to the downtown on this side, and will be connecting to this to our Old Hope area from this side, and whatever we build in this next when we unlock the next tile. For now, I'm gonna be going into a quick time lapse, just so I don't waste everyone's time, and I'm gonna be putting the road layout for the residential neighborhood first. Maybe starting the road layout for the campus, but I don't want to be doing it until I have my campus unlocked. For now, as you can see, I only have the trade school campus area unlocked. For the next one, I need 15,000 residents. So yeah, enjoy the time lapse. Please let me know what you think, or if you have any further comments for how we can improve this area in the future, let me know, and what I should be calling our campus as well.
Dazzling like with diamonds in the light, glowing in the night like fireflies, blushing like the sunset in your eyes, floating like a halo paradise. Somehow you make all the wrong things right. Now that I got you, we could burn it down, 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 down. We could burn it down, 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 down. Look at what we found, 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 found. For you I'm always down, 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 down. We could burn it down, 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 down. We could burn it down, 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 down. Look at what we found, 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 found. For you I'm always down, 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 down. We could burn it down, 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 down. We could burn it down, 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 down.
Now we have this road layout right here ready for the neighborhood. Before we start, actually, I would like just to add a dog park right here in the corner for these residents to be able to walk their dogs. As you know, if you live in big houses, usually you do have some pets, so it's nice to give them an option. I did go ahead and tighten a little bit around the river since I'm gonna put a key right here eventually so we can gain a little bit more space. I created the lower section of where my campus will be right here as well, and a little bit of the arrival area for our tram system to the university, where I'm going to have some commercial and offices right here. Um, I'm trying to make everything central over this access, so you're going to be expecting everything to be centered in this development around here, and we'll see the result later on. For now, I want to work on this area so I can at least press play and let my tram run. Gonna before I do that, I have a little bit of different idea that I want to be using. Sorry, wrong button. Yeah, this one. Gonna be using for this area specifically. Should have left the other, but no issue, no worries. Just gonna take it's gonna be here, and I think this will come somewhere here. I'll just leave it like this for now. From here, I'm gonna go to my angles. Actually, no, I'm just gonna Actually, I'm going to turn off the road guidelines. I would like to have it straight against um so I need this one, yeah. I need it to be on the same angle as that one. So now I can go ahead and turn off the road guidelines. I'm gonna bring it to here and then at 90 degrees, and that should work. Yes. And then I'm gonna place a very specific type of transportation that you don't usually see, which is the cable cars. And my idea was to connect the upper campus and the lower campus with a cable car to avoid having to take any transportation down. So let me just check if this is gonna work or this is too tight. So what I'm gonna have to do is just to move it one, and let's just try it quickly. Yeah, I can go at 80 degrees. Perfect. So I'm gonna keep that one here, and I'm gonna remove this. I'm gonna remove this, and we use our slope tool. This is where we want the slope to start from, and this is where we want the slope to come, and gently slope it toward here. And from here, I'm gonna have my main entry boulevard into the university, which should I do this one? I think I might just go with this one. Yeah. And then go back to our four-way with tram lines. And for this, I need the road guidelines on, curved tool, and perfectly in. And then let's build our arrival plaza for the tram. So just gonna be straight here. Maybe do as a pedestrian. Yeah, let's do it as a pedestrian here.
It's hitting this right here. So what I might do is it's still hitting. Let's remove this. Let's take the same one. Go a little bit further. Is our slope right? Yeah, perfect. Get to the trams. It's not snapping to the right one. Sometimes it's very annoying. This was too close. Yeah. So let's go back to our street and turn off these guidelines. They're driving me crazy. And hopefully this will do it. Perfect. Finally. And then from here, we're just gonna connect with our road back into the main tram line. Let's turn on our guidelines, curve, and just nicely curve it into the arrival area. From here, I'm just gonna take the one-way, maybe the two-way loop. No, that does not look good. I think what I'm gonna do is just, for now, I don't know why I'm complicating my life. Let's just do straight. That should do it. I might redo this area once I know exactly what I'm gonna do with it. But for now, we have our tram loop that we can at least press play. So let's go to our tram roads. I'm gonna drag this one. So at least, yeah, I'll just do the stop here. I'll do another stop here and eventually the university stop there and just pull back this stop here. Perfect. Now the road, the line, sorry, is functional again. So at least I can press play and let this neighborhood develop because as you remember, we're still trying to hit 15,000 residents before we can actually start on the campus. The other main thing I would like to do here is prepare the road layout here at the bottom. So I'm gonna take this, I'm just gonna push it a little bit into the mountain. I would like a main avenue going right here and eventually going into a tunnel and immersion somewhere here. But for now, I'm just gonna prepare the tunnel area. I'm gonna go with the 6 lane, maybe with the bus, or maybe 6 is an overkill. Let's go with this one. I think it looks nice. So I'm just gonna try to mimic the river right here. Let's curve it a little bit. And then from here, let's take our straight, make sure it's 90 degrees and tunnel it through. I just want enough that it almost going straight. So this one goes a little bit up. So let's see if we can, maybe this will look better. Yes, that looks much better. It looks like it's going almost straight into the mountain. From here, I would like to connect these two together. So what I'm gonna do is quickly prepare the, I know I want a connection here, so oh, wrong one again. So let's choose here. Let's take this point. This is where I want to be going, and I'm starting from here, going up to this point. Let's take our, we're using the tree and bike lane, this one, yeah. So I'm gonna go freedom, make sure that this is the lowest 90, and just going to here. Yeah, that looks nice. To delimit this one, I'm just gonna grab my regular avenue for now. And I'm just gonna draw one here. And then from this point, I would like to join these two. So let's go back to the tree with bike lanes. First, I'm gonna go straight a little bit right here. Then take our landscaping tool, and we know that we would like to, oh, sorry, wrong direction. We start from here and we go from here. So we just gently slope this area until it hits freedom. And from here we go curve, guideline. And once we hit this guideline, turn. And it does its job. That does not look too bad. Maybe a little bit on the steep, but should be fine. Then I'm just gonna smoothen this area a little bit. And I'll do some landscaping later on. And here, I think I'm gonna push this a little bit higher to this. And we'll see what we're gonna do with this later on. I have power issues, so let's try to connect this to the rest of the grid. What I'm gonna do is, instead of introducing something ugly, let's get a radio mast right here. Hopefully we can put it on. Yeah, that does not look too bad, I think. Let's see if our electricity jumped. Almost, so maybe I'm just gonna go here and hopefully it jumps. If not, I'm at a small park right there just to make it jump. But for now, they should be happy with the electricity. Let's see, our water is all good. Okay, let's continue working on this area. Also here, keeping the theme of having everything on a central axis. I want to have a train station here to service this neighborhood, and this train station will connect to Hope, and again, eventually back into downtown in the far ground right there. So I want the main train station to be centered with the campus area. So everything here is purposely done. I'm gonna think right here, maybe a little bit too far in. I want the main bridge to be here, so maybe somewhere here. Yeah, I think that looks good. And for this one, I know exactly which station I'm gonna be using, and it's the modern one right here. And just make it on that center. And yeah, once the university is up and running, you're gonna get the main idea I'm going for right here. For now, I'm just gonna keep it in there. I'm gonna remove this. We don't need it anymore. And the last stop for our gondola service will start from here. We'll service the lower campus right here, and then we'll eventually stop at the train station. So there is a fast way between people taking the train right from here all the way to the tram network right here. Actually, we can already start planning our gondola system. So let's gonna go make sure it's at 90. I think this is high enough. Here, let's turn off the road guidelines and the grid and all of this except the angle, because sometimes these keys, they really don't like those and they start messing up stuff. So I'm just gonna go as close as possible to this as I can. And then from here, maybe just to here will be good. Let's see if the cable is high enough. Yeah, it's high enough that the cabin will be clear in this massive wall. And from here, I'll connect it to the next station. For this, I need the road guideline. And I need the length, sure. Now, okay, this is the main line. Okay, perfect. So actually, I think I can go. Am I on the grid? Right here. And I can place the last station. Let's quickly check if it seems we're, no, it's 179. We're a little bit off for some reason, even if I try to calculate everything. But let's not make it a big deal, because to be honest, I think we're quite close to where we have to be. I'm gonna go a little bit in here. It was, let's grab the station, the through station. No, it's off. It might be actually just this same. Let's try it quickly. It's a little bit far from what we need, but I don't know why. This is the next one, and it should work. Yes. Now go back here. Just connect to this. Yeah, perfect. And from here, go up and down into our system. This one is a little bit off. I don't really know why. Let me check quickly on my road, see if we can make it better. Everything seems to be all perfectly aligned, but we still have a small issue. Let me take this road. Yeah, still for some reason, it does not want to go perfectly straight. Let me try one more thing. Can I can't grab this. So this is gonna be my friend, I guess. Maybe one more. No, I'm just gonna do a one-way system right here. So one last try. If it does not work, it does not work, and I think we can live with being off by 2 or 3 degrees. Okay, now that this is all in place, we can delete these marker roads. I can press play again. And the system is already working, as you can see, but I might have to turn it off. This is the only thing I don't like about these cable cars are when it's very steep, it does not respect the gravity. It just goes perpendicular to the lines, which looks a little bit stupid, but not everything is perfect in this game, as you might know, and they can live with this for now. Now we have this almost set up. I'm just gonna expand this road a little bit down here as well. The trees and the bus, and eventually turns here. And then from here, I'm gonna have another road that continue this way. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it like this. I'm still struggling with the number of people, so I'm just gonna go off camera, try to wait for these houses to develop. Also, keep an eye on this area right here because, as you might remember, I'm trying to get all these houses to develop into that level 2 that I'm looking for. Okay, we have one coming right here, so hopefully it's the right. It does it look like? Yes, it's the right one. Let's give it a little bit more speed. And I'm just gonna historicalize it. So, finally, this row is done, and this is exactly what I was looking for earlier. This tired row houses going up a little bit the hill. As you remember, this is a gentle hill, and again, don't be afraid to build on slope terrain. It might be you can make it look good. Even at the back, it does not look that bad. It actually looks very nice going up with the different heights increasing as the slopes go up. I'm gonna keep an eye on this. Same thing here, as you might remember, those big houses, I'm gonna keep an eye to make sure I'm making all these bigger ones with the pool historical. And then once I hit that 15,000, I will get back together and start planning our campus. So I'll see you in a bit. Finally, we reached 15,000 people and we unlocked our liberal arts college campus. So this is the time we can start planning our campus. Let's review quickly what we've unlocked for this milestone. We have a new area that we can be using. We can have the campus area, liberal arts college that I was waiting for, and all the other stuff that comes with that specific campus type. We also unlocked crematoriums, which is one of the most important assets in this game, which is a death care facility, so we don't have to rely on cemeteries anymore. So I'm gonna be placing some of those around my city already to cover some of my needs. We unlocked some more advanced water treatment stations and the large water tower, and also all these transportation hubs that incorporate multiple types of transportation. So now we can go back and keep planning our campus. I'm gonna place some crematoriums off camera quickly, and then let's get back into that campus area. Let's go to our campus information. I already painted this area. I might increase it eventually once we reach the lower campus. This you always need to place the main building, and once you place the main building, all the other buildings will be unlocked. So as I remember, I want everything to be centered. So right here, let me just check, making sure that actually, yeah, it's this one right here. Yeah, perfect. As you can see how everything is centered right against that train station. And from the train station, we're gonna have that perfectly centered access towards the university. I don't need this anymore, so let's remove it. I'm gonna go to our fancy side walk or pathway. I'm gonna connect here, then I'm gonna turn off the grid until so I can come as close as possible to this so it's connected. Perfect. And then I'm gonna switch this road to a nicer one. The one way, like maybe with the trees on the side. Yeah. Let's make sure it goes the right way. Perfect. And then I'm gonna do it right away where I'm switching the trees right here. No. Perfect. Maybe it's a bit too much. Let me know if it's too much or this looks good. Or if I should go for something a little bit less. overpowering. Maybe. Actually, I like these red ones. They look nice with the red tile on top of the building. Then go back here. We still don't have a lot of stuff unlocked, but the most important one that I would like to place first, is the School of Education, which is one of the bigger buildings that comes with this campus. But for now, I'm gonna take a regular path. For symmetry, I'm just gonna put some on both sides, and then we'll go to the School of Education and just right against it. Perfect. Yeah, that looks nice. Let's see how it looks from here. Yeah. The other building we have unlocked so far is the dormitory. I'm gonna place some of them, and the liberal arts study hall. The study hall, the only issue I have with the study hall, I might just put it here for now. I might change it later on because the issue, it has a parking right on front of it. And usually, like if you have a pathway that's pedestrian, I don't understand why there is parking in front. But we can think about it as maybe it's special needs cars or service vehicles that need to come and park here. But for now, we're gonna just keep it like this. I'm gonna take right here against it. Perfect. Snaps. I'm gonna keep some space for the library eventually once I have it. Which level is the library? That's the library. Yeah. So I just need to reach level renowned. And for that, let's check our university. We're still not unrecognized. I'm not sure which renowned, if it's level, I think it's level 3. I'm just gonna connect it with the power quickly so I don't have this issue. So it can function. Also, to push the the student count in this new college, I'm gonna turn off the faculty that I built at the beginning right here. I was using it to educate a little bit of my citizens before, when I did not have this college, but for now it's redundant. I don't really need it, so I'm just gonna turn it off. And hopefully all these students will be transferring to this college right here. I'm gonna place some dorms in the upper one. I might change it later again if once we have space in the lower one. So we have, maybe I'll put one here. And then I'll put another one on the other side, but let's grab our regular path. I think this should be enough space. Oh, perfect. It's exactly the right amount of space. And I'm just gonna put them a little bit at a staggered, so it's, I guess, I'm gonna come with this one until I hit here. Can I connect them here? I think that's fine. And let's see if I can connect this one. I think it's fine. I'll leave it like that. For here, I'm gonna take this one. I'm gonna turn on my road guidelines, and I'm gonna make sure that this right here is flat. So here, a little bit, and then I want to connect this one until it hits, and it's connected. Perfect. And then I would like to connect it right here to this transit hub once I finished working on it. Let's add a tram stop right here because we need it. Okay, so we have our university stop right here. Let's see what other buildings we have available. We have the Liberal Arts Groundskeeper. I think this one I will put it somewhere around this area below with a special road going into it, a little bit off the university main ground. And then we have the Drama Club. Again, I think this I will put away, not in the main area, maybe somewhere here. Or maybe even here. I need a space for a road that will eventually come down from here down to this area. So I think for now I'm just gonna place it here as a placeholder, and I will change it later on. Placing these are required so you can go up the level. So for example, if we go here, as you can see, the campus attractiveness, we have 180 over 200. And to be able to go up to the second level, we need to achieve that 200 attractiveness level. Then we need the 500 students count. This will come with population, so I'm not really worried about it. And the academic works. Academic works, how it works. You can either leave it be, and university will eventually start producing some academic works. Those ones will be either one, sometimes zero per academic year. If you want to push the number of those works, you can come here and put a grant. So for example, let's say I want it's 50,000. I think I have enough. Let's give it to them. So I funded the work towards creating an academic work for this academic year. And as you progress, you will be needing more and more works to go up. So if you're trying to really speed up going up the levels, make sure that you're funding these research. And at the end of every year, you have to fund new research. So make sure once it's done, go and fund more. So we're still missing 20 points to achieve the next level. And I think this one will give us noise pollution, water, student capacity, 400. Where do we see the attractiveness level? I'm just gonna quickly just take this all the way here. I'll come back and clean up this, as you might know. I'm a sucker. For nice lines. Then I'm gonna go here and just create a single street, maybe with some trees, maybe just some grass. Let's do it again. And campus. and there was the liberal arts groundskeeping, and we'll just place it here, I think. And maybe I'm just gonna remove this and have it as an entry right there. Here, let's check if we achieved the. Now we achieved it, so it's 20 points. I'm trying to see where we can actually see this information of how much attractiveness each building gives, and for some reason the information is not available here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna provide the link below where you can go and check each buildings and how much attractiveness it gives. So that way, you can plan how much buildings you're gonna be building and how to increase the attractiveness level. I'm gonna do some landscaping here. I don't want this edge ridge to be too high. And later on during our oh sorry during just trying to make this as not as ugly as I can. Maybe I should move this house here, so let's take here and just go here, and let's move it to the end right here. Perfect. And this way this is nice and not as too much of a and once I finished with my landscaping, and all of this should look better. Good. The university is looking good. So for now, we're gonna work on preparing the road layout for our University Plaza, which is where the tram will be stopping and people can be transferring between the tram campus, bus lines. I'm gonna add a bus plaza as well, and the train station using the gondola right here. I'm gonna go into a fast time lapse preparing this area so you don't have to live through it, and then we'll come back and discuss quickly what we've done this episode and what's gonna be the next steps in our build guide. So enjoy this time lapse and let's discuss what we're gonna do afterwards. I added a small welcome area for the people coming in. But before, I'm gonna change this one from Holly Avenue to University Plaza as our name. Let's do this quickly. So perfect. The name is done. And this will be an area where there is some offices, some commerce, some areas for people to buy stuff from. As you can see, the electricity is not jumping, so I'm gonna add some
There is a 3 by 3 that I really like, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and do it on this side. So let's do the 3 by 3. And on this side, I'm gonna do an office. No, actually, I have a better idea. We're gonna start using our hotels assets from the Hotels and Retreats DLC. So this one is a DLC that you can get, and you can add hotels to your city that will earn you money, and you can unlock more hotels. For now, I'm just gonna go for the first one as I'm in level 1 with my hotels, and I'm just gonna use this um, was it called again? The budget hotel that will sit nicely here. For this one, you can go in the menu and you can see what you need for this specific hotel. As you can see, you need attractions, you need shopping, you need offices, and you need nature. And since we're gonna have a lot of offices and shopping here, we're gonna satisfy that. What I might add some spruce into this area for the attractions, and I'm gonna add more trees and connect it to our hiking trail right here to add that nature attractiveness. So is this the one I was looking for? No. Hopefully, let's see if we can get the other one to come in here. For now, let's add more. We're gonna do a mixture of both offices and shopping areas, and we can just mix and match here since we have enough. I might do something a little bit different. Let's just add one more here as well. As these come along, let's discuss quickly the university area. I'm still in level 1, as you can see. That's why I'm waiting for the university to upgrade to level 2, which is the next level. I have enough attractiveness. I need more students. So to attract more students, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna approve all these policies here. I'm making enough money, so I'm not really worried about my income. So I'm just gonna put all these policies that will increase my student um, attendance to schools as well. I'm gonna go to some of my neighborhood. I think the Fairview one, what we can do is there is one education boost, so I'm gonna boost the education here as well, so people will go to the university, and I'm gonna do the same thing for our Cam and Castle neighborhood. I don't want to do it everywhere because you don't specifically if you still want some kind of lower industrial population, sorry, not lower, not highly educated industrial people that can work in those industries, you should leave some areas without the educational boost. So for example, in Hope, I'm not going to put that educational boost, maybe in Williamsburg either. I'm gonna in Highlands for sure I want to have that educational boost, and in my Pearl Hills because I want them to be a high earning area, so the educational boost will be on as well. And in my Upper Burnaby right here, let's educational boost. You can do it citywide as well, but again, if you want a little bit of all the spectrum when it comes to education, I think it's better not to do it everywhere. This is not the one I'm still looking for, so I don't know if I should wait. Let's see if I... Was it a 4 by 4? I'm gonna check. So let's quickly check on our hotel. As you can see, as these offices and commerces are evolving, I'm getting more of those. As I said, I want to connect the area to our hiking trail, so I'm gonna go to our
nature reserve park, and I'm just gonna choose a side gate. I'm just gonna go put it right here in this corner, and from here I can take my freedom, make sure that I'm still at least 5 degrees. I don't need the length, I don't need the grids, and I don't need the road. So for here, I'm just gonna slowly hug this cliff. And I'm gonna join right here. Maybe this is a little bit steep, but I guess it's gonna be not for the faint-hearted. I actually really like this. It became a bridge, which adds a little bit more personality to our hiking trail. Um, that being said, yeah, some sections are very steep right here, but I don't mind. But eventually, it does connect nicely. Um, Again, I'm still not getting the ones I want from here, so I'm gonna remove it. I think it's a 3x3, to be honest, and I don't know why it's not coming. Also, I'm gonna try to make some of them historical, as I don't want them um, to go above level 1 or 2. I want them to stay low. Maybe I'll let this one go to level 2. And let's add more. I think here I can have a big 3x3 right here. And the 2x2 right here. Let's do 2 of them. So just mix and matching our assets to get more interesting looking towers. Um, and then what I was thinking, um, once we have some of them coming through, I'll decide how much I'm gonna add. I don't want too much, I just want a little bit. As you can see, now we're at 13, 35, over 35. Oh, this is exactly what I was looking for. That's the assets I wanted. Perfect, finally. I'm gonna let it go to level 2 because it becomes a very nice asset. So I'm gonna wait for that one. Um, this one I'll wait for level 2 as well, as I know exactly how it's gonna turn out. So for now, I'm just going to add a little bit more, as we still have a lot of industrial demand. So the offices are usually cover those demands, so we can mix and match more right here. Uh, Maybe I'll do the other commercial right here, so hopefully I don't get the same one. I think this one is a little bit too high, so I'm gonna remove it. I don't want them too high. I want them to stay a little bit low, around the same height as this hotel at the moment. Here we did not get the right one, so I think the problem, because I did 4, so I'm just gonna remove these 2 and let it develop first. And now that's... I like the combination right here, so I think I'm gonna leave it. Let's do a 3x3 here. See what we're gonna get. I think we're gonna get the same office right here, but we want it level 1, so we'll keep it at level 1. We'll keep this one at level 1. So this is what I'm gonna be doing, just making sure I choose the right assets until I fill up this area. I might add a little bit of housing as well. Let's do it right away, actually, since sometimes you have those like private houses or for richer students that live on campus that don't want to live. Maybe I'm just gonna add 2 here and maybe one bigger asset right here. I have to be very careful because we have a lot of commercial here, so it might get too noisy. So I will not come up all the way down here with our commercial offices. You can, they don't produce as much noise, and they're actually quite good at shielding the noise level from your commercial areas. So if you want, you can use those towards the housing. So just this one now I think is good. Now we got this corner assets, which works nicely. And let's add, I already added that one. I'm gonna wait for this one to go to level 2 because I know exactly what I want. While this is evolving, let's jump quickly back to our highland area to see if we are... We have 2 more to go to level 2 and this will be done. I can't wait. It's taken a long time to get to that point, but bear with me. We will get to that point as well. Just making sure again here that any new big houses with the pools are all being historical to achieve that look that we're going for on this side as well. Perfect. Let's check one last time here. I think this one is new. Yes. Perfect. We're getting to that point where all of them are the assets that we want. Again, if you don't have an asset that you don't like, just destroy it and something else better will come in its place. So let's go back to our area right here. So what I'm gonna be doing right now, we discussed quickly the options here. I want these 2 buildings to be facing the same way, so I'm gonna check what we're gonna be doing. I'm gonna go into a quick time lapse to finalize the episode and do some landscaping. Let's add some. So our exchange plaza for the university right here. I would like also to actually connect it down here without a path. So I'm just gonna go. Perfect. So people can go directly from here, but now let's see if I remove everything, if I can connect this one. It's not connecting. Maybe with this it will connect. Perfect, it connected with this one. But I want to push this a little bit in here, so yeah, that looks better. For the university, I'm gonna use our park fencing the fancy one. Where is it? This one. To fence around the whole university ground to make sure we're. Oh, not that one. This one. Freedom. I'm gonna at least keep the 5, and I'm gonna start from this corner and make sure I'm just like nicely going against the road here. Once we're at 80, let's upgrade this one. Actually, let's redraw it. Freedom. Perfect. Same thing from here. Actually, that 5 degrees is actually making more of a mess than I was hoping. Let's just go like this, so we can get really close to that edge of the road. Perfect. So we have our fencing around the university ground. We'll do a little bit here as well, I think. This one looks nice. I think the height is perfect, so I'm gonna just... The only thing I don't like the parking space, but it's fine. Actually, you know what? To force them to face the place I want, I'm gonna remove the... Which one was I using? The smaller ones, the bright color. Yeah. And this one is the grass one. Perfect. So now we're gonna force them to face these area we want, and then once we get there, I'll do the face, put more, sorry, I don't know what I'm saying right now. Once we have the housing developed, we're gonna put back the zoning, and it should not change anything once those are already there. Let's see here. We can put more commercial. I think right here as well, we can put a 3. Did we make this one historical? This one is historical, perfect. As you can see, we're almost at the making those requirements fulfilled for our hotel. We still have the nature one, but we're gonna do some more. This is too high, so sorry, you have to go. Once we have our trees and the nature reserved with some more stuff going around, it will satisfy that need. So for now, don't worry about it. This is exactly what I was looking for, so I'm gonna make it his... Oh, we're already level 3, but looks good coming from this way. Yeah, I do like that look. This one I'm gonna wait for it to go to level 2. This is good right here. Okay, so you get the idea. I'm gonna go into our fast time lapse for detailing, and then we'll get back and see how our university is doing. There is a small housing unit right here being developed, so I'm gonna wait for it. Actually, I prefer these ones to this one, but I'm gonna keep this one. Yeah, the variety looks nice. Is this facing the right way? Yes, perfect. It's facing the right way. So I'm gonna wait until these two are back, and then we'll come back. Before I go, for this cliff, what I'm thinking is instead of just having a bare cliff right like that, I'm gonna use some of our rock formation right here to hide a little bit. This, let's go with some smaller ones. I think mostly these might work. Yeah. And what I like about these is the mesh is not as extreme as some of the other meshes that you encounter for plants, so it works better and just gives it a more interesting look than just being a bare area. I'm just gonna twist this one. And then I'm gonna go over it with some light vegetation as well. Let's take some trees. Just towards the edge right here. I think that looks better than having it as a naked cliff. So this gonna process is gonna go into our time lapse. I'm gonna finalize some of the areas here. Watch what's going on here with our buildings, making sure we're not getting too tall. I think I forgot this one, so maybe I'm just gonna leave it because it's the same height as this one for now. Let's make this one historical. This is already good. This one is good. This one is good. But we're getting a weird one right here. This is not the setup I wanted. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna remove this one for now. So I forced the 3x3 to get in before. Let's add more. I think we need more commercial anyway. We're almost hitting those ones. We need something of an attraction, so I might add more to increase that. I'm not sure where, but let's discuss it after. I'm gonna embellish the station as well, make sure that we have enough areas for people to sit while waiting for the tram and the buses. Of course, we're going to include a bus system that goes around this area and they all merge in this central area. For the university, I'm going to keep an eye once we hit the end of this year. As you can see, once I included the boost in education and
policies that increases our students population. We hit the number of students that we need. The only thing we need is the academic works. So we're waiting for the year to be done, and we can discuss it once we have that one. So I'm going to go into this quick time lapse, and we'll discuss everything else at the end of the episode. Thank you so much. So we finally achieved the second level of our college recognized. So we can just go to our college here, and we can take a look the reputation level, which means which levels we are. Because we're able to produce two academic works, we achieved the minimum to go to the second level. So what I'm gonna do right away is to actually give another grant. So maybe let's do cinematography this time. So we can achieve the two extra academic works we need for the next level. We have enough students in our college, but we need a more campus attractiveness to reach the other level. We did unlock some new buildings with this level, which included one of the buildings I was waiting for, which is the gymnasium. This one, yeah. For this one, I wanted to place it in the lower campus area and just have it perfectly. Let's make sure that it's perfectly centered on our axis. And I was using these squares to make sure I'm right in the middle. Actually, before I do that, let's go to the pathways, and I'm just gonna put paths. I think it was here, if I'm not mistaken. And here. Let's try again. No, I'm mistaken. It's one. Okay. Let's go back. It's actually one over. I'm gonna turn off these ones because they're bothering me. And actually two over here. Let's see if it's snapping. Let's make sure, yeah, that's looks centered, and then we go to our, and this way we know it's gonna be perfectly centered. Just a tiny bit. Great, this is exactly what I was looking for. And let's take a look from the train station. Yes, perfect. So now that's done. We have also the liberal arts outdoor study area that we unlocked, and the cafeteria, and also the fountain. The fountain, I'm gonna place it right away right here, as again, I'm gonna make sure it's centered. You're gonna use those trees to make sure it's right in the center. Perfect. I'm gonna place these later on in the next episode. The other thing I would like to add is our varsity stadium, one of the stadiums, which is the aquatic center, and this is the only one I'm going to be placing for this university because I don't really need more. I'm going to keep some of them outside of the university area and mix and match with other places. Here we have an issue with power, so let's just try and connect this. Hopefully, just, yeah, don't mind this. It will. I will do something later on to get rid of this. Maybe place some other buildings around this area as well. So now we have this on. We can turn this one on. This one is already on. This one we can turn off. Is it off? Yeah, it's off. Okay. Good. So now our gondola system can work to bring the people to this lower side. We're gonna do more work on this lower side in the next episode. I think for now this is a good time to finish our episode. Thank you so much for watching. So let's get quickly over what we've done so far, and then we can call it a day. So we created this new neighborhood right here at the upper area of the campus. I called it Upper Burnaby. If you guys have any other ideas of what I should be calling it, please let me know down in the comments. One funny thing I noticed is a lot of people actually come and stop using the tram right here, and they transfer to this bus line that I created. I'll quickly give you a look. So I created this bus line that services this small neighborhood and the main university area and ends in our University Plaza Exchange area. And more people are actually coming off here the tram and waiting for the bus or actually biking. Look how many people are biking up that hill. It's crazy, but it's good if they see it as one option instead of taking the tram all the way up to the University of Plaza. But maybe once I have more buildings that will change, but let's see. So yeah, so we created this neighborhood here as a place where maybe students can do some co-housing, or some college professors will be living, or people working at the university. As we come up, let's just go to this view so it's nicer. As we come up here, I have the main campus area fenced with our park fence right here. Just at the entrance, I have the keeper's hut, which is one of the main buildings of the university that you need to place to increase the attractiveness. And this is the person that's actually taking care of the grounds. I like this placement right here between the trees, since the house looks a little bit more rural vibes than actual bricks and red tile buildings that the university has. As we go up over here, we come up to our University Plaza, which can be looked as a new addition to the university to welcome all the visitors coming in, and have some office spaces for all those university professors or doctors that need extra office spaces, as well some medical offices, some commerce, some places for people to buy things. I'm waiting for one of the buildings, which is the bookstore, and I'm gonna place it here as well because I think it's a perfect place for it. I got inspired by the University of British Columbia. Once you come in using the bus system, you come to this very new area with modern buildings as the welcome area for most people. So that's what I got the inspiration from. Right here we have our main exchange plaza for the tram and the buses. There will be more bus lines coming in here, and from here the people have the option to take either walk or bike into campus, or again use our gondola system that will be taking people from here towards the lower campus and the train station eventually. Right now it's not used too much, but hopefully it will be used in the future. I really like this area right here with our tree-lined street with all these nice modern buildings as we leave the upper campus and going down towards the lower campus area. I created another entry into our park so people have another option to enter the park for the students or faculty to be able to go for a nice hike. And this just kind of meander through, do some up and down, as you might know from hiking. It's not always perfect, and created this nice bridge crossing this valley as a nice touch as well, and it goes up and meets with the rest of our trail system on this mountain. I also created a little bit of a viewpoint right here that overlook the campus area. It's a really nice place to come and watch over this area as well. As we go back, right here, we come up through this main street with these red lined streets. with these red trees. I really like them. And here we have our main building centered in our campus. As you can see, I made the campus quite symmetrical with this main axis going through. Placed some buildings. We have the School of Education. We have the study hall, I think it was, two dorms, and the fountain that we just unlocked, and it's all again centered over this line. As we go to the lower campus, as you remember, we just placed the gymnasium, which is centered over here as well. We also placed the aquatic center right here for the students. Light detailing again with some trees, some fencing, some rock formation to hide the cliff right here. Over on this side as well, I finished connecting the road right here and made this bridge that crosses the highway to the other side. So we're gonna discuss what we're gonna be doing on the other side later on during the game, and this street that goes down to the lower campus. Let's check quickly on our university standing at the moment. So we're almost at reach the attractiveness level. I think I might be adding one or more dorms just to reach that next level. But this is something we're going to be discussing next episode. For now, thank you so much for watching and joining this episode. I really hope you like this. Again, let me know what I should be calling this college down below in the comments, or if you have any suggestion or tips or tricks that I can be using, and what you want to be seeing in the next episode when we'll be working on the lower campus. So this is going to be part one campus. Next episode is part two campus. Thank you so much. Again, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps me keep going, and it's a free way to support me. Give it a like as well. Comment down below. I always answer to all my comments, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Enjoy this last few minutes of cinematics and have a good day. Bye.